follow through on it. And if they can, then you would imagine that, you know, regardless, it could be any map. Like, it could be Imperial, they made their own map that's specified for them, which Subbase kind of is. And, you know, maybe Kungarna are just able to pull through. And, yeah, you can see over the course of time, less bans on Subbase, more Subbase play. And starting off on the Blacklist side will be, I believe, Kungarna. Right?
Yes, I feel like it's also kind of Blacklist-sided. Especially if the approach when A teams usually play quite reserved and slowly, I think it's also the right approach here on this map. Especially because you can tell Imperial is tilted, you know, if they play slowly, reserved, I think this would be perfect now against them.
I like what you said, though, that this is the best chance for Kungarna. Like, I don't think it gets any better than this, you know. If you're going to win this series, you probably do need to do it in a 2-0 fashion. I think allowing Imperial back in with a win on Subbase just makes them a really difficult force to reckon with on Ankara as well. So, for my mind, you know, if Kungarna wants to get it done, they have to get it done here. I'm not suggesting that that's going to be an easy job to do, but as we said, they start off on the Blacklist side. You know, hopefully they can get the ball rolling early on in the piece and again kind of get into the mind of Imperial a little bit, who theoretically should have been able to reset off of that 5-minute break. But let's see what we get. I really do hope Kungarna bring that same kind of strength in this second map as they did in the first.
I would expect it. I think they should be really hyped, and you could see a lot of smiles on the faces after a performance like that. I think it's just really great to see them playing at maximum potential and showing us that they are capable of challenging one of the best teams in the world. And maybe Kungarna looking to potentially take over that throne. We'll have to wait and see how far they can go with this momentum as we do move on to Subbase here. Kungarna starting from the Blacklist side, as we do see a bit of aggression here from Rizal, which is going to be felt. And you see that Kungarna immediately just move away from that as the push is coming in through and Gokin.
Oh,
okay. No. Well, he woke up, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that is literally quintessential Gokin, isn't it? Like, that's what you expect to see from him. One kill with the Orm and then switch over to the pistol, get the job done for 1 or 2 more. And you can already tell off the outset it's going to be a much more difficult task for Kungarna on map 2.
Yeah, it just feels like the Gokin show started, right? Massive 3-piece here in the A control room from this guy.
Yeah, I mean, he held his own, and that was a really strong push coming through from Kungarna. They kind of did send it. I didn't see a lot of utility thrown, just kind of running on in, feeling the pressure into control room and saying, okay, we're going to pressure the opposite side of the map is something you can do on this map. But Seven, you were saying maybe they want to play it a little bit more passively, take their time with it, but it feels like they kind of just ran straight into the arms of Imperial, especially Gokin, who is waiting for it. Speaking of which, first kill going the way of Adrian, and now trying to get this plant down extremely quickly. Brando is going to get that headshot and hold on to the A bottom.
Critical kill actually for Brando to get there. If he dies, the C4 drops, and Famous, or rather it was Kai's just at the top of the stairs there, not able to hold on to that position. Bit of an off angle from him really, but easily cleared out. C4 plant is 100% on offer for Brando, not that he's necessarily aware of it. Famous is going to have to double down here, and he might have a chance of doing that, but overcommits to the peak, and Brando also sort of trying to play a bit of a one-and-done position there to equalize the numbers. At the very least, he knows where both of those Global Risk members are going to be coming from. And timer is working in his favor, but he'll take the aggressive play up the stairs. It could work out, but the spray down is not there. And another one on the Global Risk side for Imperial.
Yeah, definitely a really nice committal to that one. You see that Michael's like, not sure about what happened there. But yeah, a very aggressive couple of rounds from the side of Kungarna. Maybe really trying to put the nail in the coffin, like really drive the hammer home. But Imperial have held their own. That second round a little bit closer. And now Imperial are the ones that are getting aggressive here in control room. But this is actually going to go the way of Kungarna. Adrian here in the middle of the map, looking for a nice little angle, but he is spotted, does still pick up the headshot, as Brando will be able to trade it back, and that's going to give advantage over to Kungarna.
More aggression though from Feifei, and that's going to be watched by Kai, so Kungarna a little bit more prepared for Imperial to play fast.
Yeah, both teams playing quite aggressive now. Feels more like a free-for-all here on Subbase. It's getting quite chaotic here.
And they got the smoke right on top of Goken, which is going to make things a bit confusing, but still
man.
Famous. He hits the shot with the bunny hop, and that is more than enough. So great round there from Kungarna to pull it back.
You could see it coming together, though, for Goken, right? The sort of false information for Kai's being able to walk straight into the site and calling the rotation across. Goken able to drop the C4 there if he gets that second frag, put it into the 1v1, and all of a sudden 3-on-1 feels possible, but Kungarna survive.
Yeah, Mercs here with the rest of the team. You can see they had to commit a bunch of utility here into the control room just to make sure that they could, well, control it, because there has been a lot of pressure coming in from Imperial into this side of the map. And you see now they are trying to hold down lockers with the comp. He's going to poke out, hits the headshot, looking to hit another. There he gets it, 2 in a row. Can he make it 3 is the question. He's rounding the bend, he peeks again, he picks up 3 headshots in a row. And just like that, Kungarna's push has lost all its power. That's the C4 down. It's going to be up to Famous. He's got a nice little angle, picks up 1. They weren't expecting him to be in the hallway here, but still a big ask. He reads that Adrian could be behind him, but let's see if he can pull it together.
I like this, double back. Feifei will be spotted on the jump spot there, and he'll get the information as well that Famous is starting to creep his way back toward the B bomb site and gets the job done himself. So all things considered, not a bad round for Imperial, and pressure's right back on Kungarna.
And this was the key player. Lucan getting 3 kills, and even Michael was super low HP at the end. So basically single-handedly getting the round here for Imperial. Nice play from Lucan.
Okay, Kai's opener. That's opened things up quite nicely. In fact, actually, Kungarna not going to slow down off the back of that, and that's where they did their best work as well on sub-base on the Blacklist side, to be fair, when they were playing fast and fluid. And they've done exactly that, straight into the site. Plant's going to go down courtesy of Brando.
Yeah, finally we see Kai stepping up to the plate with the arm in the hand. Because obviously on Mexico it's much more difficult to get some kills with the sniper rifle. And then of course Kai's used to love to play sub-base. So it's one of his best maps, I guess.
We're not going to expect Famous here. He's just waiting. Very nice discipline on that trigger. Holds for the 2K and pulls it back. Michael also holding his own in that little nook. He spots the rotation coming in. He picks up 1 as well. Gives all the information to his team to set up. And that's very nice. Just Kai's getting the first couple of picks, though, I feel like was pretty critical in that round.
For sure. Kungarna going to give it another crack just to go so fast into the A site that we're met with a hail of nades. Oh, and Kai's not able to land the shot this time, so it will be a more difficult job for Kungarna. Famous tucks behind the stairs. Mercs will lose his life as well. It's all Feifei at the moment. He knows that Famous is around the corner, but maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe he didn't. By the way, Famous could rip this round right back open. This guy's an absolute machine.
Famous is feeling it.
He is having a day out, and I think that is putting it lightly. 6 out of 7 kills, headshots. Now he is going to be taken down by Adrian, finally, as Imperial get rid of him, and that's going to be a big boon towards Imperial. I do think they sent it pretty fast down the A stairs, and even with the grenades to soften up Kai's, who did get picked off first. Brando is in the vents here. Let's see if he can get the drop on a couple of these members that are going to be looking on A bottom. They are not looking up at the vent. Ruzao turning around. Will he be available to stop this push is the question. As Brando's still waiting. Had an opportunity. Now he's going to drop right into the crosshair of Ruzao, unfortunately for him.
Needs 1.
Nah, he's not going to get it.
Yeah, he had to really get 1 to make this one doable for Michael. I mean, 3-on-1. Not even the post plant. If he gets 1 at least there, that's time for the C4 to go down for Michael. He can try to negotiate the 2-on-1, but I think just getting 3 is going to be a little bit too much.
Yeah, unfortunately, timing was really off for Brando. I felt like if he would dropped earlier, maybe even get a 2K there, because no one was checking vents.
Yeah, it's kind of that unfortunate one where it's like, if he just peeks out, could be 2 free. Instead, goes out through the vent and does go down. So Ruzao going to clean it up, pick up that last kill. Continue with the dominance that Imperial has shown on this map so far. They are ahead in this one, 4-2. Started off with the softening up, and Feifei comes in, hits the headshot, and mostly got rid of the pressure that was coming down the A stairs.
So nothing happening early in the round for round number 7 this time. More of a heavy defense over toward A. Perhaps Imperial were expecting Kungarna to go quickly in that direction once again.
Yeah, maybe this is the round where things kind of reset, where Kungarna are finally like, okay, we don't have to rush into them every single time on the blacklist side. Let's bide our time. You still can go for big executions and big, 4 or 5 man pushes on this map. Still very strong, but it can be about the utility timing and the timing of your push as well. You don't have to always just send it right away. Lucom going to take a lot of damage. Still going to hit the headshot through the smoke. Doesn't care at all. That's going to take out Brando, who has been playing quite well so far today.
I still feel like they should send Kais towards long B area. For some reason, he's always like here in front of woods, trying to get a peek. But my team, at least last year, was really good at getting picks long B, so I think I would change the pace a little bit and work towards long B area. I mean, no one is covering there, right? Only Goken on from the darkroom area, sniping towards long B.
Not going to happen. Kais has been set up at the stairs instead. It'll do a bit of chip damage to Fei. Mercs unable to land the shots there onto ADRF, who then decides to swing it for himself, and Ryuzao's got himself another one. Just not enough being put together here by Kungarna, and Imperial are looking at their best now on sub-base, which is a scary sign for the health of this series if Kungarna is your team that you're a fan of.
Yeah, I really like the timing there from Imperial. They get the information of where they are. They group up together. They double peek at the exact same time, and then they're able to just get in there and get it done. There's that pick from Kais. It was over by Woods once again, and he is going to be isolated here, but he picks up 2 kills. There's 3 people on the side, 4 people even on this side of the map from Imperial committing to trying to stop this. Whereas the rest of the team is over on the B side of the map for Kungarna, although they do not commit to it. They're getting a lot of value out of Kais just sitting here and sniping.
Yeah, Kais once again getting hit 2 crucial entry frags. And this should be the round here from Kungarna. Should just group up, push as a unit towards A side, since there's only Goken. Goken missing the shot. Now he's stuck on ramp. Brando gets the kill, and now the round should be over. Just play it safe.
Oh. Okay, Famous gonna tap on that head. And Ryuzao just left alone. A couple of nice shots from the side of Imperial to try to claw it back. You see Kai is very happy. That's a couple of rounds that Kungarna have won through Kai's getting 2 picks. Not just one. It's like he gets the snipe. This time he gets the pistol kill. Gets them in a very advantageous position to just go for a pretty easy group up and push. So, gotta like their chances. I think, sending him over there, even Goken he's not even really peeking on that angle. He's just looking at lockers right now, so giving the respect to Kais, who has been hitting those shots.
I think you want to get 4 here, though, if you're Kungarna, for sure. 6-3 feels like a lot to come back from. Especially with ADRF fragging the way that he is.
Again, this last round here is very crucial for Kungarna because it's also blacklist side at sub base. So 3 to 6 gonna be tough for them. I mean, for some reason they also only execute towards A side, right? Even though there are only 2 players from Imperial on B side, they just keep on pushing A side.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty predictable. And it has come back to bite them a couple of times, where they're just getting isolated here in that hallway. And you can see the C4 is over in control room right now, so maybe just trying to make some noise. And to be honest, it's Kais and Famous. Maybe they get a couple of pickoffs and come back away. A lot of utility being used here by Imperial to try to push them away from that area, but they're not even there. The majority of this push is going to come in through lockers, as Goken should be able to get this information and hand it over to the team.
Hasn't landed either of those shots, though, so that's giving a lot of space to Kungarna, who are now closing at the distance, but Mercs takes a solo peek into a couple of members. It's not going to work out for him. Still damage being done, and have a look at that. Ryu's out down low as well. He needs to try to clutch it up, but he won't. LKK and Goken to try to combine in the 2-on-2, but Quick trade from Kais. He's looking solid. Fei around the back. Michael's going to spot that one out. It'll allow the bomb plant early here for Kais. But Michael, isolated in the 1v1 for the meanwhile, could get picked off, and that would definitely make this doable for Fei. Dancing around the boxes. It is Fei to win the duel. So it's on to Kais.
Yeah, very important timing. Good job by Fei to get in there and isolate Michael as the bomb was being planted. Knew that Kais should be away, and there it is. Fei gonna hit that shot, and that is going to be 6-3 to Imperial on the GR side. And he will give them a piece of his mind as they move on to the next half.
Yeah, bit of a grimace from Kais. Knows how important that round could have been. Look, honestly, I don't think he is the one at fault there. I think at the end of the day, they probably could have played out that 2v1 a little bit better. Michael, if he gets the info as to where Fei is, I would be more happy to sort of just see him back up a little bit there rather than sit behind the boxes and essentially take the 1v1. Because it doesn't matter how good of an individual you are, a 1v1 is always going to be losable. And then turning it into another 1v1. 2 1v1s instead of a 2v1. Not ideal.
I agree. I feel like the issue was at the end that Kais thought that Fei was already on B side. Didn't expect that just Fei would wait at the squad box area. Yeah, like very patient play from Fei, and it paid off for him. Inside headshot.
Still not an unwinnable map for Kungarna. They're going to have to start well on this defensive side. No doubt about it. And they have Famous.
Well, if there's one thing that you can rely on, it's like a 0.91 headshot to kill ratio at this point from Famous. Also out of 11 kills, which is the most on his team and tied for the most in the server with Adrian. Bit of damage onto Fei. And this push has lost a little bit of its potential. Although Imperial definitely have been deadly in their own right as a team. You know, nobody not really pulling their weight. Everybody kind of on the same page. They've left the C4 in mid for now. Just looking for a pick-off perhaps before they do go for an execution.
Another one for Brando this time. He's going to be traded back down, but still that's okay. As long as Famous doesn't drop here, he will be tagged by Goken, but seems to have gotten out of there okay, maintaining the numbers advantage. ADRF will give it a crack as well. He's kind of got Famous locked in here. Oh, the nade. I don't think it's quite going to go deep enough. Famous will be fine. And calling across the assistance of his teammates. It's going to be a little bit of a swing in there from Famous. Where's the re-swing? Where's the next player? Where's the trade? Absolutely nowhere to be seen. ADRF gets away with a multi-frag when he really shouldn't. So now it's on to Kais to basically 1v3 this, because, I mean, Michael's on the other side of the map. There's just nothing he's going to be able to do about it. And Kais goes down, so that will surely be the round with it.
Yeah, it definitely feels like the round that might have just, you know, the small piece of hay that broke the camel's back at this point in time, because they were in such a good spot where Kungarna, now Michael backing into this one, just looking behind him, and he doesn't have much health. If he hits a couple of headshots, you never know, but Goken has been good, and so has his team. So 7-3, and essentially just comes down to Adrian utilizing those windows in the doors and essentially just getting one pick by one pick, and not really the greatest response from Kungarna.
Yeah, I felt like there was a miscommunication because either Famous was peeking too early or Max was waiting too long here from this cage area. Also felt like it's unnecessary to peek there. Like, Famous was low HP anyway. It was a 4-3 situation, just play a numbers game, so yeah. This could have been a round for Kungarna.
Could have been, but did not end up being the one. As we do have a grenade in, and it's a pistol kill. Famous not responding to the peek coming out here. Rizal on 4 health will be able to win the trade. Brando also pretty low at this point in time, so pretty good position now for Imperial. They have control over a large portion of this map. And it's pretty clear that, you know, Mexico, that was Kungarna's map. They looked a lot more comfortable on that one. They got ahead of Imperial. They were looking like the better team there. But Imperial, once again, comes back to sub-base. It's comfort. Kungarna maybe not playing with as much comfort. It's not the same level we saw in Mexico. And it's swinging back in favor of Imperial.
Yeah, I feel like the issue is Famous, the only one really stepping up to the plate alongside Kais, maybe with 9 kills. But yeah, Michael, Mercs, Brando, a great game so far.
Yep, there's a big difference to what we saw on the first map. 2 players popping off for Kungarna, and the remaining 3 were at least going even or just slightly better than even. Whereas here it's like, yeah, one player's kind of popping off in a sense. One's sort of going even, and then the rest are a bit lagging behind. So lacking in the fragging department at the moment here for sure is Kungarna, and they're just getting run over now. Famous is going to help out onto Kaiser's kill there, but generally speaking, you're just not expecting Kaiser to get this one done. He's fully flashed and he's cleaned up as well. Imperial are back with a vengeance.
Yeah, very clean execution there. Understanding they have the man advantage, just a clean push onto the B site, and they overwhelm the rest of the members. We can see from Muzal's position, just swings out wide as he can within that vent, and is able to tag him with the Colt a couple of times. And that was enough to get them that slight advantage to push on to the victory in the round. And so Imperial looking to play it a little bit slower this time around. Threw a grenade and did a little bit of damage to Mercs, actually, who was in the lockers behind that little box. And other than that, you know, not getting a lot of information as to what the setup is on the side of Kungarna just yet. So maybe slowing it down, slowing the pace down. Their executions have been very crisp and clean as well, so I don't mind it. They're going to see Mercs just a bit, who is going to hop over, and Kais is actually going to get that first snipe. As I'm not... Where did he even do that?
I think here in woods.
Oh, yeah, it's below the smoke. I'm like, where? Where did that happen? That makes sense.
Well, it's not over until Imperial get to 10. That's what Kungarna have to be telling themselves.
It seems like Imperial preparing a full-on B execute. Or at least taking over this area.
Yeah, I think Kai should have at least seen the first guy pass. And now that should be a good amount of information that we should be seeing a committal. They're very apprehensive about the hallway right now. You can see a lot of poking, peeking in from Kais, as he's not 100% sure if he wants to go any farther or just wait in the dark room. We do have Famous watching the hallway, as is Mercs. So they're actually expecting a decent amount of pressure to come through the hallway here. Famous, a peek, but still got to be careful on the other side, as Gokin is looking for his angles as well from the lockers.
Kais is waiting patiently, and he won't have to wait too much longer. There's 30 seconds left in this round. Imperial are going to have to pull the trigger in a second. Kungarna have the members where they need them. Kaiser's already spotted out Ryu Zhao. Does win that duel. Good shot. Now he can turn his attention back towards the main push coming through from lockers, but will lose his life still. We've got trades coming through from Kungarna, and a much better looking round from them. Is that the false hope, though? One round is not going to be enough to put together a half here.
Look at Famous, 12 headshots out of 13 kills. Fun fact, this guy told me before the match he kind of changed his playstyle, right? He wanted to go more for like spray downs. But no,
yeah, right.
he didn't.
I can really see it working out.
He's got some really great headshot sprays that he's been working on.
Yeah.
Not sure if that's a thing. But yeah, I mean, he's, you know, whatever he's been doing, it's working. So just stick with it, I guess. And he's been good. Definitely very strong. I like how they handled that. I think Imperial waited a little bit too long. It felt like Kungarna knew the entire time that they were going to push into B. And now they're pushing into A, as this push is coming in very closely. But he's flashed. He's not quite able to hit those shots, but it's still going to be followed up on Kais from the top here, though. From the computers, he's able to hit one. And that is delaying this push quite a lot, as Gokin... pause on, pause off. We're not getting a pause, they say. Plant is coming in. Famous just waiting behind the box. The timing is great, but Lucam and Fefe able to put 1 and 1 together. And Kai's still up here on the computers looking for yet more value. Ooh. And he is going to get it once again, as Kai's really stepping up to the plate here when the pressure is on.
Well, time for Mercs to do the same, because it's going to require a big clutch from these two remaining Kungarna members. They've got to make their way down into the site now. Time is really ticking away from them, but Mercs has been dealt with, and I think this will certainly be the 9th now for Imperial. There's just not enough time for Kais to get this one done. Even if he knew where both of those remaining members are, that's a crazy shot, but I don't think he's got time for this defuse, and even then Ryu Zhao would have cleaned him up. So, good effort from Kais, just not enough.
For some reason, he was convinced that someone would flank from this vent area, right? He was always checking his back. I felt like he was waiting too long, but yeah, still a nice quick scope here onto Gouken. But anyway, 9-4 here in favor of Imperial. Map point for them.
Yeah. I mean, if this was the first map, I wouldn't be surprised. I would even be like, hey, Kungarna, like, they had some good rounds, they had some good looks. But this is Imperial's map. Like, they dominated it. This is kind of to be expected. So at the end of the day, this might just be the way it was always meant to be, as that is one dead Crossfire dude. As Mercs is going to go down to 3 grenades, and that will be the end of him.
Yeah, definitely a 10-4 in the brewing at the moment. Famous is not prepared to go down without a fight, and that's fair enough, but he's the only point of resistance at the moment for Kungarna. I mean, to be fair, Kais is doing his best as well, but it's just not quite enough. What a shot.
What's going on?
How is this guy allowed on land?
You know, it feels like watching a match from 2018.
Yeah.
Because this was Famous doing back then. Going for crispy, clean headshots. I love to see it.
Maybe he started off the map, Mexico, and he was hitting them, and he's like, actually, I'm just going to... This is me. Like, I shouldn't try to reinvent the wheel. Like, this is just what I do.
I agree.
And he's doing it. 15 headshots, 16 kills. Big flank coming in from Brando. And it's only Gouken left available here. Kungarna trying to start the big-time comeback. The 5 rounds in a row. We'll see if it happens. But I think they've got this one, at least.
Well...
It is Gouken, but...
Yeah, I don't want to see any choking against Gouken, because that is something that I've seen from other teams before.
The classic.
A 1v4 from Gouken would be, oh god, what a death sentence for Kungarna going into map 3 that would be. But look, tough ask. Obviously, he's picked up one of the 4. Hasn't even opted to go for the C4. Will have to eventually.
Yeah, it's going to be tough with just 16 HP left, but I mean, it's Gouken, so...
Don't count him out.
I'm prepared for anything.
If he gets the plant down on B, maybe there's a chance.
And just 15 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah. You can see they have a good idea. It's got to be B at this point.
I think it's too late now. Rotation's already come through from Kungarna, which is the problem. If he would have gone and sent it straight away and might have been able to play the post plant, there was something in that one, but maybe it'll end up being a 10-5. Same as what Kungarna did to Imperial on map 1.
You can see just the replay of the nades at the beginning. And even from there, Kungarna was able to pull it back. Imperial now, a bit of an onus to get this last one going. I mean, it's Blacklist side sub-base, so I would imagine that at some point, maybe it's this one. Maybe we would just get 10-5 mirrored. That would... It's kind of like make a wish or something. Adrian is going to get that first kill, and now the push is coming in, but a very heavy play on the bottom side of A once again. Famous hits 2 more headshots. Not sure how he continues to manage this, but we'll enjoy it all the way. Problem for Kungarna is that this C4 is moving towards B. And already pushing through the hallway is Imperial, so they do have this B site pretty much controlled entirely. Mercs saying, hey, they're planting. And he did it again. I mean, I'm not even surprised at this point. Like, what? He's just, I don't know. He's just really on point today.
Look, I think the thing is, anytime Famous is still alive, it feels like there's a chance in the round for Kungarna. So I'm backing him to hold on to this one 2-on-2. Until Famous is out of the picture, I think it's tough for Imperial. He's going to send Mercs forward. He's really allowing Mercs to kind of be the bait here. I think that's the way to do it, right? Famous is the one that's absolutely popping off. He spots out Gouken as well, but it's not enough this time. 10-5, and unfortunately, Famous just can't do enough.